Good evening and welcome to the stream. We are here for another league race, and today, Sunday, a very miserable day here in the UK. Hopefully, it is more exciting where you are watching. Yeah, so it's RCRL, I believe. Yeah, RCRL. 20 races. I think we've combined Tier 2 and Tier 3 for this race, as we didn't quite have enough drivers to do Tier 2 on its own. So I'm sure we'll get qualifying underway shortly to see who will take that pole position for the 50% race. Got to make sure all the audio and everything is all okay, which I believe it is. Turn that a little bit down. As we see, some of the drivers already coming out onto the track. Let's bring up some of the telemetry. Zohan, welcome. How are we doing? I think it is Zohan. I always get it mixed up. And the good old tyres. Looks like it's the softs that are of choice. So who have we got first out on track? I think it is... no, I think that is Basshead. Basshead. I'm just going to call him Head. Everyone gets a nickname, as you all know. Can I stream a race later? Probably not. To be honest with you, it's going to be cutting it fine. This one is borderline because this one is going to finish before the race. What time was the one that you said? Wasn't it very... I think it was close to this one, actually. Oh, 7 PM. I'll be absolutely shattered. After doing this and then watching the race, my voice is going to be absolutely shattered. So let's stay on board with the AlphaTauri as he goes through turn 1 flat out all the way down to turn number 2. Brake in a straight line, throw the car in, take a lot of curb of turn number 2, and then this is flat out, which is a nice little horseshoe. Thanks ever so much, Joanne, for hosting the stream. Do appreciate it. Don't think you're trying to sucker me up. Try and stream for you. And out of turn number 5 we go. Through turn number 6 into turn number 7. Throw the car in. Hope the car sticks to the road. Now into turn number 8. And through turn number 9. And now the second of the DRS sections. Flat out, and then you've got to get the car to the right hand side to throw in. Brake in a straight line. She does. You don't want to go too wide. Take a little bit of the curb. Not quite flat out through turn 14, and then there's the off camber of turn 15. And now we've just got 2 corners left. Turn 17, and now just turn 18 to go. Don't want to go too wide on the exit, and he'll come across the line to set a 1:32.6. And we've got Side Boys, I think it is, where Side Boys goes fastest with a 1:32.2, and the Ferrari of Fatal Nation goes at 1:33.0. The Alfa Romeo goes at 1:34 flat. So a lot of cars now coming across the line. We've got a McLaren just starting their lap, which is Mac Attack. I think we've got stay on board with Pop Off. Coming into the last few corners. Turn 17. Now perfectly, you want to stay as far to the left as possible. Throw the car in. Comes across the line. Goes at P2 with a 1:32.3. We've got a Red Bull. And that is Finhiver. I need to find out how you pronounce that. Got a couple of cars coming into the pits, so Puddle Cookie will be the next person who is invalidated at the moment. What about Connor in the other Red Bull? I absolutely detest this all white livery. You want the Discord as he goes fastest, 132.2. We got a McLaren about to come across the line who is invalidated, and a Ferrari, I think it's Gino Rocks. He goes in P7 with a 154 flat. And what about, I think, oh no, I don't, I'm gonna have to find out how do you pronounce that one. Back on board with, as Mac Attack comes across the line with a P5 with a 132.9. Let's go on board with, can someone tell me, I don't know if they're in the chat on the stream, how we pronounce this person's name? Finhiver, I think that is pronounced right, otherwise he will be known as Finn. Last corner to go, he will come across the line and goes P4 with a 132.6. We've got a Mercedes coming around the last couple of corners now. Is that Cookie? It is Cookie. Coming into turn 15 now. Now turn 16. I will try and get the Discord link for you, Zohan. Goes across the line, P9 for the Mercedes with 135.1. Is it Mac Attack? No, it's not. It is NYK all day. It goes P8 with a 133.2. Seeing a little bit of a, as the Ferrari of Gino comes across the line, and he's set at 137.5. Definitely seeing a difference between the tier 2 and tier 3 drivers. As Horse Vince Kaji, welcome in, sir. Oh, thanks very much, Zohan. He's, oh, my phone is going off. Mute that. Put that on my bed, actually. Thanks. Papoot. Some of these people's gamer tags, oh my god, they're going to be a very tricky one to pronounce. What about the Red Bull? He can't improve on his best time. And what about Turbo? He is currently going through turn number 5. He's gone purple in the first sector. We've got some Hasses about to come across the line. I think they're about to start a lap. Mercedes coming into the pits. Am I allowed to post? Can I copy the link for the Discord? Actually, because then I can post it in. Okay. Right, let me just. I'm going to see if this is going to work. Where is it? Invite people. Copy. I'm hoping this is going to work. As Turbo comes across the line and is invalidated it. I think that was on the last corner right. I hope this works. Give that a try. And we've got Aston Martin coming around the final corner, and he goes P4 with a 132.5. So top, wow, top 6, very close together. We've got some more people coming across the line. A lot coming into the pits. There's still a lot of drivers, and that was Philosopher goes P7 on the softs in the Williams, 132.7. A lot of drivers very close together. Cushy P10 at the moment, 133.0. His teammate Golden Egg Fryer. I'm loving some of these games eggs. He has gone a 133.5. J Morris LFC, see, a Liverpool fan, I'd imagine. Is it Horse Benz? Yeah, Horse Benz rounds the final corner, and he's going to go P11 with a 133 flat. So we've got P9 to P11 all set in pretty much the same sort of times. Stay on board with WXDDO. Got an AlphaTauri in front of him. The AlphaTauri also on a hot lap. And goes up to, and that was AUR, and look at that, P3 for WXDDO with a 132.2, and that was Irv. I'm going to call him Irv. Irv in the AlphaTauri goes P4 with a 132.3. Very, very close lap times here. Stay on board with Golden Egg Fryer. He goes up to P4, P14 with a 133.0. And we've got Turbo still not to set a time. He's currently going round turn 4 now. Need a drink, otherwise my throat is going to just jump on board with Morris as he goes up to P6, sets his first time with a 132.5. But the McLaren's about to start a new hot lap. Look at this, the Alpine getting a beautiful slipstream, but he's also got the AlphaTauri right next to him. But that's not put him off on this first of his hot laps. Coming up to turn 15 now. Nails that perfectly. Now turn 16, 2 corners left. Where is this going to put him? Rounds the final corner now. In the Alpine, he jumps up to P11 with a 132.7. She is in the pits. What about Golden Egg Fryer? Jumps into the pits as well. You got Philosopher. Rounds the final corner now. Can he improve? He does. He goes fastest with a 132.1. Are we going to see any sub 131s? As we've got a Ferrari about to start a new lap. I think we've got J Morris going very slowly. Let's stay on board with Gino Rocks as he comes down to turn number 2. Decides not to take that much of the apex of the inside corner. This will be easily flat in qualifying. Pick your braking zone of turn 4, throw the car in. Don't want to take too much of an exit because you will invalidate your lap. Turn 5 approaches you, slam the brakes on. Don't want to take too much of a wide exit. Turn 6, little curve in the road. Turn 7 now. Get to the right hand side for turn 8. Oh, it's got quite wide. It's got turn 9 with a little kink in the road. Up to turn 10. Almost a 90-degree corner. DRS open. Almost like a little bend in the road for turn 11. And then you'll have the little kink again for turn 12. Then down into turn 13. Don't want to go too deep. Now turn 14. Now you've got the off camber of turn 15. Round for turn 16. Misses the apex completely What time is this going to give the Ferrari driver? 1 corner remaining. This will put him P20 for now with a 1:37 flat. The West side has left the session. One of the McLarens is almost 2.5 tenths, goes purple in the middle sector. The track improving this hot weather. How much can he improve on P17 on the 1:33.2 at the moment? Comes across the line. He doesn't improve, so he lost a lot of time. What about Cushy? Cushy is starting a new lap. Got an Aston Martin. I think they're all starting new laps now. Got Mac Attack getting out the way of the AlphaTauri. And that is Basshead, or calling him Head in the race. Goes really wide, but does improve to P8 with a 1:32.5. I think who is going to be find the next driver on a hot lap. Right, let's stay on board with Cushy. 4 tenths up on his fastest time at the moment. That'll definitely put him within the mix. Stays to the left hand side, a little kiss on the wall. He goes around turn 10, then flat out obviously all the way down to turn 13. Got a retiree. Is that somebody in the pits? Does look like he's gone. I don't know if this is one of the. Yeah, I think he's backed out of this lap. About NYK rounds the final corner. 3.5 tenths. He does go up to P16 with a 1:33 flat. Cushy, is he going to go again? I think he will be. And we've got an Aston Martin. Currently invalidated his current lap. The AlphaTauri Basshead, he's going to come into the pits. And Horse Benz comes around the final corner. Can't improve on his best time. What about Cookie? His teammate's about to come around the final corner and start a new lap. WXDDO is about to start possibly his last lap. How long's left of this qualifying session? I think it's all over actually. So Cookie will not be able to potentially start a new one. As look at that pop off, goes fastest with a 1:32.1. Look at that, 2/1000ths of a second quicker than his teammate. He is currently on, I think that is the, on board with him. Actually no, I'm going to stay on board with Fatal Nation coming around the final corner. He goes up to P7 and that will be the best position he can do unless anyone knocks him down. What about Finn? He comes around the final corner, cannot improve on P12. We've got a Aston Martin of Paput. And we've got a Haas around the final corner. I think that's Cushy and can't improve. What about Paput? I think it's pronounced. Can he improve on P11? He goes fastest with a 1:31.9. The first driver into the 1:39s. Look at that. What a fantastic lap from him. What about Horse Benz? Horse Benz goes up to P8. And what about Taggart? Taggart goes up to P13. And we've got, I think that is everybody apart from Morris, who's now coming into the pits. So there we have it. Paput going fastest, the only driver into the 1:31, setting a 1:31.9, and Popov on the front row of the grid with him as well in the Alpine. It was an Alpine 1-2 until Papal or Pupple set a blistering time of 1:31.9. Not too sure who we're waiting for. It's just the two in the pit, so it's now just Jay Morris who we wait for, and then we'll be going into Q2, I believe. I just realised after me giving it the whole beans of he'll take P1, I'm used to the short qualifications. So the drivers out of qualifying 1 will be Cushy, NYK all day, Golden Egg Fryer, Huddled Cookie, and oh, I should have really looked at the qualifying. So 15 drivers now will progress into qualifying 2, and whatever tyres they go quickest on will be starting on those sets of tyres, providing that it is not a wet start. Fatal Nation, first driver out on track. He's decided to go out on the mediums. Obviously, if these are the chosen tyres that he decides to set his fastest lap on, and if he does get through to qualifying 3, he will start on the, well, is arguably the better compounded tyre for the race, providing that it is a dry race. He wants a little bit of a clean track in front of him. Will we see drivers going out setting medium runs and then right at the very end coming out on the softs? We'll have to wait and see. So 2 corners to prepare for, and then it will be full throttle down into turn number 2. Get a perfect launch out of the last corner, which he does. DRS wide open just before turn 1, which is a little kink in the road, and stay to the left hand side under the Pirelli sign. Pick your braking zone. You can take a lot of the curb on the inside, and then over the little apex on the left, and that'll be full throttle around that turn 3, which is like a horseshoe shape on the track, and then breaking a straight line for turn number 4. Take a lot of the exit. He does. Now up for turn number 5. Perfectly done. Obviously sets a purple first sector around turn number 6. A little kink in the road for turn number 7. Beautifully done. There you got the Aramco sign. Now up for turn number 10. Very tricky 90-degree corner, can go a little bit wide and invalidate your lap, but he does not. DRS wide open now around the little kink of turn 11. Got another one, turn 12, slam your brakes on just before the 100-meter board. Takes a lot of the apex on the right hand side. Turn 14. Now prepare your car for the straight line. Off camber off turn 15. And then immediately got turn 16 as well. Prepare yourself now for turn 17. Oh, has he got all out of shape there? And he's still going to complete the lap with a 133.2. And the next person will be WXDDO, who's come into the pits. Who is the next person behind? And that is Taggart in the Alfa Romeo. He is on a set of soft compound tyres. Imagine this is going to be faster, as he goes fastest with a 132.3, and the AlphaTauri goes P2 with a 132.4. Got some Red Bulls as Finn goes fastest with 132.3. Who else have we got? As Sideboy comes across the line, I don't know if he's invalidated his lap. What about Turbo? No, Turbo hasn't started yet. Philosopher in the pit. And Pop Off is about to start a new lap. Right, let's stay on board the Alfa Romeo of Horse-Benz. Comes across the line, goes P4 with 132.9. We've got the Mercedes behind, and that is going to be the only Mercedes in Q2. Obviously invalidate his current lap. What about Papout? Coming around the final corner, he goes P4, 132.7, and then you got Turbo coming across the line for P7, 141.1. Something's happened on his lap. No doubt he'll be going again. Got a very stationary bass head. I don't know if he's allowing some drivers to go through. I think that is for where side boys. Currently invalidated his current lap. If he's given a tow for, let's go on board with Connor. He has he's invalidated his lap. He's on the medium compounds. Has he got enough juice in the car to go again? What about current pole position? Go on board with the Alfa Romeo on his second attempt. Medium tyres. Approaching turn 17. Throws the car in. Last corner now. Where can he improve? He does improve by 1.5 tenths. Stays P5, and the Mercedes goes P4 with a 132.7 on the mediums. Who else we got? Track. And that was, I think it's Turbo's come across the line. Improving. Let's stay on board with WXDDO. Currently starting his first hot lap on a set of medium compound tyres. Coming up to 7.5 minutes left of Q2. Rounds, turn number 2. Now it's going to be flat out for turn 3. And look at that, as where's Side Boys goes P1, and immediately Connor in the Red Bull goes faster on a set of medium compound tyres with a 132.5. Look at those times. As we carry on board with the Aston Martin through the first sector, second sector, and up to turn 10. We've got yellow flag. I think that is for a slow Alpine or a Williams. He stays right to the side of the wall, approaching turn 12 into turn 13. Hooks that up beautifully and over turn 14, and this is a very tricky 15 as it is off camber, and we've got a car who's decided to either park his car or has had a little bit of a spin. Now down into turn 17. Put that through needle. Goes P3 with a 132.2. RCRL, thanks ever so much for hosting. That might be a decent way of doing it. McLaren of Mac Attack currently on the soft compound tyres, not yet set a lap. Where can he put the orange tangerine? And he goes P13 with a 133.1. Thanks ever so much for the raid, do appreciate it. I need some assistance from some people that are in the league of some pronunciations of drivers and like, gamer tags. Like this one in the AlphaTauri. Is it Als? Normally there is a rule in my stream, if I cannot pronounce it, they get a nickname. Yeah, Pine coming into the pits now. Let's go on board with Mac Attack coming into the final sectors. Arves. Is it Arves? Isn't there a YouTuber that's got the same sort of name? Oh, what's his name? Well, Mac Attack going P7 with a 132.4. Fatal Nation in the Ferrari. He's got 2 corners left, 1 corner now. And where can he go? He goes fastest with 132 flat. We did go into the one, and look at that, immediately Popoff goes 131. Wow, look at that, the difference between P1 and P2, and I think Arves also goes P3 with 132.1. Are we going to see many other drivers getting into the 131s going into Q3? Finhiver. Oh, hold on a minute. Okay, Finhiver. Okay, so there's some others as well. The WXDDO. Oh, Wadu. Wadu, right, okay. I should write these down, really. Thanks for all your help. Appreciate it. Arves, Finhiver, Wadu. Kush. Kush steers, Kush. Okay. I think I've sorted most of the other ones out. I just call side boys, you know, it's just side boys for me. Obviously coming into the pits. Mac Attack also coming into the pits as well. Got a lot of drivers on their outlaps. What about Jay Morris in Mercedes Currently coming up to turn 5 on a push lap, on a hot lap. Is it pushy? Pushy. As Connor has retired in the pits, Red Bull is happy with that time. Thinks he can get through to Q3 with only 1 minute left of qualifying. As Jay Morris is on the sauce at the moment, fighting to try and get out of Q2. He fights the Mercedes, got 2 corners now left. He's got to do better than the 132.4. Does look promising. Can he do it? He has done it. He's gone up to P2 with a 132 flat. And there was someone behind him as well who was out in the Alfa Romeo. And that was Taggart. Someone clearly get out of the way. Who's the other Alfa Romeo? Now came up to turn 17, so he has got to do better than a 132.3. Can he do it? Can he get into Q3? He can't. He's remaining P3, but look at that. We got someone that is Benhiver goes up to P2 in the Red Bull with a 131.7. The second driver. So who is now on the cusp as we go on board with, what about this Alpha Tauri? Pushy. As look at that, it goes up to P3 on the softs with a 131.8. So we've now got 3 drivers in the 131s. So now go on board with Taggart. He is now safe for the moment. A base head. Taggart, can he improve in P10? He goes up to P4 with a 131.9. So now 4 drivers in the 31s. I think that is going to be it for qualifying. As we've still got one more driver, and Horse Bent. He was almost 5/10 up on his fastest time. That would almost put him within. That would put him in safety range. Can he do it? Can he nail the final corner and put himself within Q1? He does. Q3. Sorry, he's up to P8. Alfa Romeo, both cars in to Q3. Obviously, I don't know the pace for all these drivers, so I'm just sounding surprised at every single one of them. What do you mean I'm not going to miss the race? Well, this one, I mean, obviously this might cut it fine. So there we have it. Q2 is over. Let's get rid of the logo for the minute. So drivers through to Q3 are Popov, Finhiver, a base head, Taggart, Jay Morris, Fatal Nation, Arv, Horse Pens. Oh my god, this always takes a little while to. One sec. Right, Q3. This is where we separate the boys from the men. Who's going to be able to nail the lap and put their car on pole position? First car out on track is the Ferrari again of Fatal Nation. It will take me a little while to just practice some of the names out on track. Hopefully by the last lap of the race I'll have them all nailed. Nasha, welcome into the stream. You wanna join this league? Stay in here and I'll find out for you. In fact, let me just paste in the. Let me see if I can do it. Nasha, if you're still in the stream, help join that Discord. So anybody that has just recently joined in on the stream, this is RCRL. Currently this race is 2 tiers combined, just because they weren't able to find the numbers for tier 2. This is tier 2 and tier 3. So Fatal Nation preparing for lap number 1. Oh, he almost goes wide on the exit, and the he's got an AlphaTauri right behind him. He's going to be getting hopefully a lovely slipstream as they approach turn number 2. Slams the brakes on, throws the car, and nails the corner perfectly. Just hope the AlphaTauri is not getting too much of the dirty air. So this is WhatsApp. It's Xbox. Oh, Kush, yeah, I'll leave it for you to talk. I'll post it again for you. Give me 2 secs. I think that is a link. Can you just double check that works? Look how much closer the AlphaTauri is to the Ferrari in front of him. But obviously not damaging his performance. But look at that, goes a 131.6. Fatal Nation getting a 132.4. We've got the other. Look at that, Ace. Oh my gosh, they're all piling through. 31.4 goes the Alpine of We're Side Boys. As they all start filtering through, Popoff gets a 131.7. The Mercedes gets a 131, or drops down to P5 as Connor in the Red Bull goes to 131.8. Arvs gets a 131.9. Finheiver gets a 132.0. And the first one that comes across the line, Fatal Nation, is down in P8 with a 132.4. Let's go on board with Horse Benz. As he goes a 132.497. Currently in, as we've got the other Alfa Romeo. Is he going to go just for one run, sitting in the pits at the moment? Any of these drivers going for another run? Nasha, did that link work? As they all start filtering through, I think they're all filtering through into the bits. Yeah, they've all invalidated their lap. okay. But the one that all the messages you seem to be posting just has 3 asterisks on my stream, on the chat. I think I need to change my settings, because anyone that tries to post a link, it doesn't work. So it doesn't come up on my screen. I don't know if Nasha can see it either, but it's just asterisks. Okay, that's a good thing. That's the main thing. Nash is in. One extra driver. It's always good. So who we got going out? Have we got Ovs, or is it a Basehead? It's Basehead. Only because A is just... I'm going to call him Basehead from now on. A lot easier off the tongue for me. Anyone who's in the stream that's racing, can they let me know if there's any rain in the race? It's dry. Don't cush. Basehead is really not going to want any traffic approaching when he gets to the start finishing line. We will stay on board with Basehead, see if he can manage to jump the Alpine of Sideboys. Around the final corner. Where is the DRS? There it is. DRS wide open as Sideboys is coming out of the pits, but stays behind him. Approaching turn 2, slams on the brakes. Nicely through turn 2. Now you're flat out through turn number 3, preparing turn 4. Beautifully done exit wise. Now up to turn 5. It's a bit more trickier, but absolutely perfect. I haven't got the delta on, which is a bit bad, but I can turn it on after this lap. Now turn 9 up to turn 10. Takes a lot of the curb on the inside. Wonder if that will hamper. Right, let's bring up the delta. Actually, we don't need that. He is almost 2.5 tenths down on his fastest time, so he's not improving on this lap, on this current lap, and he's got 2 cars that are currently going round the final corner, so they will not be in his way. And he is bailing out of this lap, and who is behind him? And that is Sideboys just about to start his lap. We've got an Alpha. Let's stay on the board with Jay Morris. Currently purple through the first sector. And nails turn 8 perfectly into turn 9. Stays very high up in the revs. DRS wide open. Some drivers hug the wall on the right hand side. And then stay to the right and then fling the car across for the braking in the straight line. Purple in the second sector. Jay Morris nailing this lap. Is he going to be able to knock off Sideboys for pole position as he's invalidated his current lap? As Connor now sets purple time in the middle sector in the Red Bull. Nick trying to get early on the throttle out of the exit of turn 14. 2 corners left now, turn 17. Stays far left for turn 18. Let the car open up, and then he goes fastest 131.4. And Arves is currently in P3 with 131.4 as well. Look at that split by 100th of a second. What about, who else have we got? And look at that, Sideboys does go fastest with a 131.4 as well. We've got 3 drivers all in a 131.4s. And what about Fatal Nation? He's about to start a new lap. He's got Finhiver about to start a new lap as well. What about Popoff? Currently almost 3/10 up on his fastest time. He's about to come across the line. He goes even faster with a 131.3. So there he has set a benchmark, and we've got a Mercedes, and that is Jay Morris. Don't know if he's spun. Stone Elk, welcome in, sir. How are we doing? So let's go on board with Connor in the Red Bull. Qualifying is over, so who can improve their time? Arves can't improve their time. What about Wide Boys? No, he can't. I don't think he's going quick enough. What about Horse Bends? Gone purple through the second sector. And he's got so much traffic in front of him, but they're all getting out of the way, which is good. Turn 17 nailed. Last corner, throw it in. Shortest line goes P6. That is qualifying over for him. So Popoff currently on pole for this Russian Grand Prix. What about Fatal? He goes P5. And we've got Finhiver, who comes across the line to complete the qualifying for this Russian Grand Prix for RCRL. And Popoff takes pole position in the Alpine. And Wearside Boys will take P2 on the front row of the grid as well. But look at the difference between top 4. How close were they? All within about a 10th of each other. Wow. And my voice is already going croaky. So there we have it. The finalised results of qualifying 3. Popoff in the Alpine takes pole position. Sideboys P2, Connor P3, Arves P4, Fatal Nation P5, Basehead P6, Horse Bends in P7, Morrison P8, Finhiver P9, and Ticket in P10. Do we have a formation lap? I'm hoping we do. It really, really helps out with stream. Thank you. There we have it. We're about to go underway here in Russia. Sochi. For a 50% race. 20 drivers on the grid. Who will take the top 3 positions? As you wait to take the formation away, and there we go. I'll bring up the not telemetry, but you know what I mean. Actually, should I put that up? Put that over there. Let's have a look and see what tyres everyone's on. Top 10 will start. Oh no, that's an awful place for. How about putting it down here? Yeah, that's a little bit better. And there's the pit strategy from softs to mediums 11 to 14, or softs to hards is 10 to 14. Right, so tyres. So top 10 will start on the compound. They qualify Q2. So that's quite interesting. So second, third and fourth will all be on the medium compound. Arguably the better compound to start the race. P5 down to P10 are all on softs. And then you've got medium, medium, soft, medium, soft, 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 medium, soft, soft. Okay, no, I'm going to move it back again. Make it a little bit smaller. Move it back over. Oh, it doesn't even fit in there. Crikey! I'll make it big like that. Yeah, so that'll do. That fits within the screen as well. Right, so we are waiting for the last couple of cars. Well, actually the whole pack to come around the final corner, and we will be getting underway. As Popoff will be on the grid for an awful long time, as Gino Rocks is only just coming around turn 17 now. I'll wait for the lights to start and then we'll flick back to Helicar. Here we are. First light, second light, third light, fourth light, fifth light are on. When are we going to be there? They are. They're off. And it looks like the top two got an amazing start. And we've got the Mercedes challenging with the Red Bull in the back. And we've got the two side by side now as they come round turn one, down it in turn two. And it looks like Popper's being challenged by side boys as they all feed through into turn three, and we've got the Red Bull side by side with the AlphaTauri, and they're still going to go side by side down into turn four. Look at that, we've got the Ferrari in the background. There's contact. The AlphaTauri has spun round, and that is an awful start. Is that going to bring out the safety car? And look at that, equally we've got Papout and the AlphaTauri of Basehead still going side by side round turn 7. Let's go back on board with the leaders. Actually, no, flick back again. Oh my god. Wadu is still stationary back at turn 7 at the moment. I'm not too sure what's happened to him, as Jay Morris in the Mercedes has made their way past the Alfa Romeo, and we've got two cars going side by side with the Red Bull going off a little bit, coming through this little S section. So top 3 completing lap number 1, staying in the same positions. Connor trying to stay in the slipstream. We have to boot that person out of the chat. And look at this, the Ferrari chasing down the Red Bull coming into turn 2. Not quite close enough. And you've got Papout as well, right on the back end of Basehead, as the packs start to spread out a little bit. But crucially, Sideboys is within DRS, which we will get at the end of this lap. DRS will be activated as Arves in the AlphaTauri is right on the back end of Gino Rocks, and they look like they're going side by side. And Arves is now up into P16. I believe he is the one that had that spin at turn number 2 off the start. Stay on board with the Aston Martin. Is he going to think of a lunge? No, he's not quite close enough. Thinks twice about that. They feed through turn 13 to 14. So DRS will be activated at this start of this lap. There we go, DRS open. Connor much closer to Sideboys. And we've got Papout as well, the Aston Martin right on the back end of the AlphaTauri. Not quite close enough as Fatal Nation gets a 3-second time penalty. And the Red Bull taking a closer route round at turn number 3. Roy got a little bit out of shape out of turn 4. A fantastic battle between the Red Bull and the Williams for P2. Surely gonna give Popoff the opportunity to break free out of the DRS activation, and then you'll feel that I keep saying wide boys, side boys might be a little bit of a sitting duck, and there we see it. The Red Bull has got past him with the aid of DRS, so now Connor is up into P2, and then he might be able to chase down Popoff in the Alpine. The Ferrari goes a little bit deep. Will that give Basehead a little bit of an opportunity to make a move down the inside at turn number 17? They go side by side. And the Ferrari's gone a little bit deep. And the AlphaTauri still keeps that move. And this is potentially going to be a little bit of a drag race. And we've got Papout on the back end of this. But the AlphaTauri still has the DRS, and will the Ferrari make a move down the inside at turn number 2? He's gone off the track, and look at this, the Aston Martin is going to make a move on the Ferrari round turn number 3, and that is job done. Fantastic move, but oh, look at that, he's gone. Oh, is there ghosting? Yes, there is ghosting, but look at that, the Ferrari took off. Literally off the curb, and he just, wow. I'm speechless. I'm trying not to shout too much because of my voice, as Wadu sets the fastest lap after pitting. I'll bring up the pit stops, go on board with the leaders, and look at this, the Red Bull with the aid of DRS has now made it up into the lead of this race. Qualified in P3, but now is leading this race. Go on board with the Aston Martin. Can he get a better exit out of turn 16? He does, and he's right on the back end of the AlphaTauri now. What about the leaders? So Popov will have the aid of DRS this time. Is he going to be close enough? And look at that, also in the background we've got Papal and Basehead. Let's go on board with them. And they're going to go side by side through turn 2. Where is he? Oh, he's behind him. Got a little three-way battle for P4. And whilst we're on board with this, we've got Philosopher right on the back end of the house. Should really... Ooh, look at this, the Mercedes is pushing along the AlphaTauri. And was the Mercedes going to get a better exit from turn number 8? And Fatal Nation gets another 3-second time penalty. And look at this. Oh, we've got a little bit of lagging from the AlphaTauri. Up into P5 does the Mercedes go. And there we have it, the Philosopher. Look at that, it looks like the AlphaTauri is going to make a move again. I say again, oh, there's contact. Oh, I think that's helped the AlphaTauri. If anything, he would have spun round. And Cushy, look at that, Cushy has made his way up into... Cushy in the Haas, up into P10, into the points now. And now Finnhiver in the Red Bull has jumped into the pits. Philosopher and Golden Egg Fryer battling it out for P10. Honor gets a 3-second time penalty. All these penalties will be crucial by the end of the race, especially if we will get a safety car. Got a little battle here for P9 as well, so we've got a 3-way battle. Pushy heading, Philosopher and Golden Egg Fryer. Bill, he is going to be a little bit under threat here with DRS. As we've got a yellow flag, and that is one of the Ferraris out of turn 8. Are we going to see any yellow, any safety cars? And look at that, the Haas and the Alpine. We've got both Haases now battling it out. There's no team orders here. Are we going to see him going round the outside of turn number 15? No, as Cushy loses P9 to Philosopher, but crucially keeps his teammate behind. Go on board with the leaders. Look at this. Popov only 0.3 of a second behind the leader, and also Pap out. Look at that. He's going to try right round the outside. Nobody right round it, behind him. As Philosopher gets a 3-second time penalty, and also does Papout gets one in the Aston Martin. Connor is so much closer to breaking out the DRS with the Alpine of Popov. These lot are just dragging each other along now with the aid of DRS. What we know as the choo-choo train DRS. So 8 laps gone of this 27 lap Grand Prix, 50% race distance. We had full qualifying where we saw Popov in the Alpine take pole position, but already Connor in the Red Bull qualified in P3 is already up into P1 at the moment. Can he stay there by the end of this race? Are we going to see any undercuts? But look at this, McLaren, the NYK all day, up 11 positions, qualified P16 but already up into P6, 2 seconds behind the Mercedes. Can he get up into the podium positions? And we got another yellow flag, and I'm not too sure who that was for. I think it's one of the Hasses, and that is Cushy. Cushy has possibly spun out, and that is through in between turn 14 and 15. We've got another driver into the pits, and look at this, we've got the Williams and the Alpine side by side, and this is for P2, and this is also brought in the Aston Martin. They're going 3 abreast round turn number 3, and look at that, Papal is all up into P2 because of the Williams and the Alpine battling it out. That was absolutely phenomenal. But where Side Boys was all the way up in P3, he is now lost a position. But the biggest gainer is Papal, who's up into P2 now. He just had a bag of popcorn on his lap, watched it all unfold and went straight down the middle of them. Crucially, we now have a little bit of a gap between the Alpine and the Aston Martin, so might we see some overtakes going on. And look at that, the Aston Martin takes a little bit of a different line through turn 14, so we're going to see Side Boys have a little bit of an action on Popov in front of him. Thought of a move just before turn 17. And also Papal, are we going to see a new leader of this race? He goes a little bit wide on the exit of the last corner. Pulls out for a little bit of clean air. And we've got Huddle Cookie making a move on Arves. And look at that, there he is. Williams has already made a move up past the Alpine, up into P3. Let's stay on board with these leaders. Aston Martin didn't have the straight line speed to make a move for the lead. We can see how much ERS they've got. He's got 43% currently. Papal is so much closer on this time around. DRS wide open. He's using all of his ERS now. So much closer. He's going to be alongside of him. He's gone down the outside and he's already up into P1. Can Connor stay behind him up into the last corner? Have a look and see what tyres everyone's on in the top. We've got the top 3 on the medium compound tyres, 9 laps old since the start of this race. I think we're now going to see another swap of the lead. Actually, he's not that close to him. I thought the straight line speed and also the slipstream, ERS, DRS. Around turn number 3 we go. As Basehead is in the pits now, promoting everyone up a position. And we've got Mac attack in the McLaren right in behind the Ferrari of Fatal Nation. And he's also right in behind. Oh no, he's not. That's somebody in the pits. But look at this, we've got 3 abreast going into turn 1, and look at that, the Ferrari has spun. The Ferrari has spun, but they stay on board with Mac Attack and Basehead, who are going side by side into turn 4. Who's going to back out? And there's a little bit of contact as well, and that was with Mac Attack and Basehead. But Fatal Nation, there was 3 abreast going into turn 4, and 3 into 1 does not go. But what about the leaders? And Jay Morris has made a move on Cushy, brand new medium tyres he's got on, so that must have been a fairly easy move. What about this time round? Can Connor mount a move with the aid of DRS, using his ERS as well? And look at that. Oh no, Pop-Off's in the pits now. So one of the leaders has now come into the pits to put on another set. I think he was on the medium, so he's put on another set as Jay Morris sets a fastest lap on set of mediums. Was the Red Bull just charging up some of their battery? More drivers into the pits now. How far can those medium tyres go? As Arv sets the fastest lap now on the mediums, 1:34.4. Is this going to start triggering some? Let's go on board with the Haas. Golden Egg Fryer. Right on the back end of... Oh, late on the brakes. I think there was a little bit of a collision on the back end of the Alfa Romeo. Let's go on board with Philosopher and Basehead. Who's got Mac Attack coming up behind him as well. As Arvs now gets a 3-second time penalty, and look at that, horse bends into the pits, and that will then release the Haas, who might have the aid of DRS now, because that was before the pits. Let's go on board with Mac Attack, who's right on the back end of the other Red Bull, who's still struggling to get past the Aston Martin. So out of the top 6, there's only one driver not currently on penalties. But what about Pop-Off? Fresh new tyres. Is now up into P7. Let's go on board with a little bit of a battle. And there's a car coming out of the pits. Horse bends. He's got a Red Bull. He's come out perfectly. He's come out right in front of Finhiver. What about this? The Finhiver's going to try right round the outside. I don't think he's going to make that stick. And he's got Mac Attack right in behind him. So that was perfect from his engineers to get him right out in front. But let's go on board with the leaders as they come through. I'm sure they'll be into the pits momentarily. Is one gonna? Is he gonna jump in? No, they all stay out. I thought one was going to do the undercut. Right, let's go back on board with Basehead. Coming down the back straight now. DRS wide open, not using his ERS. Will he make a dive bomb move? Not quite close enough. So Finhiver got to do this move against somebody with fresh tyres on. But that would have been perfect pit stop move, as we now see the McLaren of NYK who is going to be the first of the top 4 to jump into the pits. Well, technically the Haas of Golden Egg. Look at this, we've got a bit of a battle. into the first corner. There's a little bit of contact between the McLaren and the AlphaTauri as they're going side by side, and the AlphaTauri is now past the McLaren, and that was crucial for McLaren. And look at this, Connor has now made his way past, and there's a little bit of contact, and that is a Red Bull spun round. Oh no, he's made contact with the wall. I caught some of that momentarily, but that is so unfortunate. Connor in the Red Bull made a move past. Oh no, sorry, Papa. Wait, which one was behind? I think it was Connor that was behind, wasn't it? Oh my gosh. Yeah, whoever was behind made the actual move past him, but then there was contact going into turn 13. And then we see the AlphaTauri of Basehead going past Philosopher. He is now making up the positions. Alright, let's check the positions gained. As now we see Connor into the pits, obviously to get that wing change. No, let's not see the penalties. What about Jay Morris on the back end of the Haas? Not quite close enough for a move into turn 4, but is he going to make a move into turn 5? Not quite close enough. But he is going to make a move down the inside around turn 9. Fantastic. Was that turn 6? Turn 6, sorry. That was a great move by Morris. And we got a yellow flag, and that is for a Ferrari of Gino Rocks. Hopefully that won't bring out any safety car. No, the yellow flags are have gone out. So Connor, who has now pitted, is now making his way past the Alfa Romeo into turn 13. Very brave. Good respect between those two cars. He needs to really get some fresh air between himself, so he can now start making or punching some real quality laps to reduce the time that he lost when he had spun out at turn 13, as Cushy gets a 3-second time penalty for exceeding those track limits. As Wadu now into the pits. Let's check what the tyres are. I don't know what the time loss is for a pit stop round here. Let's say if it's roughly 20 something odd seconds. So where would Pap come out into? Well, he should come out in front of. It's going to be close with Popoff, who has already pitted. So will Popoff actually gain the lead of this race? Is that somebody in the pits for Inters? Ice Turbo into the pits for Inters. Is that allowed? Anybody? Anybody in the chat? If it's a dry race, is somebody allowed to put on the Inters without a penalty? What about Connor now? Oh, and now we see. So Sideboys is now coming to the pits, and so has also, who was the other one? Pap Out as well. So Pap Out is now coming out, and this is going to be crucial. So Popov has gained, well, the net lead for this race. But what about Pap Out? What's going to be the difference? And Sideboys is still in the pits, but he's coming out. I really want to go on board with that person who's got the Inters. Mac Attack into the pits. What about NYK? NYK has impressed me this race. I mean, he had made up so many positions off the start. We got Cushy going past Arves as well, as Arves gets a 3-second time penalty. He's going a long way round. Try and make the position back again. So Side Boy's got a little bit of work to do to catch up with Papout. But Papout, look at that, right on the back end of the Haas. As Fatal Nation gets another 3-second time penalty. That's at least 3 that we know of. And Wide Boys has now made the move past. So Turbo has now come back into the pits to change those inters. That is absolutely nuts. I'll never go out on a set of inters. As Golden Egg Fryer has released Papout to try and chase down Pop-Off. A lot of people. Look at that, Commerce, it's the fastest lap with a 1:33.9. He's definitely on the charge on these soft compound tyres. Can he make the set of softs last, is that 9 laps? Don't see why not. This should all unfold in the last second. And look at this, we've got R's on the back end. He's going side by side down into turn 2. Oh, as they miss the closest of touches. But look at it. Oh, I thought they were side by side going through turn. They're on board with Connor. The eyes up Philosopher goes extremely wide. I think this is just moments away from an overtake. And we've got a yellow flag, and I think that is for a Ferrari as Fatal Nation is out, and that is brought out the safety car. Wow, the first safety car we've had. We did have 20 drivers, but as Turbo's DNF'd somehow, but Fatal Nation down into turn 2 has lost the car somehow, but he is now out of this race. So who is jumping into the pits? A lot of drivers jumping into the pits. Fresh new tyres. But Papout stays in front with pretty much brand new tyres. I'm hoping this finishes before the race. Who are we all cheering on for the race today? Do we think that Lewis can actually make the overtakes in a main event? Obviously with the sprint he didn't have to worry about tyre wear, he just absolutely nailed. I mean, that was a brilliant race by him. That's what I mean. I don't care who wins. I'd love to see Lewis win, but as long as I see racing with overtakes and it's not just boring tyre management and this out, it just takes it away from the excitement of the sport. I'd rather have 20 odd sprint races than 20 odd, 70 odd. Oh my! What has happened there? Papout has gone straight into the wall and lost part of his wing. What the? I do not know what's just happened there. So Papout is now having to come into the pits, and he is going to have to go to the pretty much the back of the grid because he lost the back of his car. Oh, he's going to be absolutely kicking himself. He will go to the back of the grid. So that is literally gifted first place to Side Boys. So you've got an Alfa Romeo still coming around the last couple of corners. Let's hope we don't have too many more laps under the safety car. But we are going to have yet another lap under the safety car. That will give Taggart enough time to get to the back of the grid. And then we will have, what, 5 laps? 5 laps and then 3 laps under DRS. Who's everyone's predictions for pole? Not pole. Who's going to take the win? I mean, I don't know the drivers and the driver's speed, but just based on pure pace, I mean, Side Boys is really quick, but the top 4, I mean, all day, NYK all day he's showing some very quick pace. I mean, he qualified down at the back. I mean, Connor's showing some really good pace as well. I don't know. It's all up for grabs. Now that is a beautiful, beautiful camera view. I believe we will have the notification that the safety car will be coming in at this lap, as all cars are right in the trail, snaking behind everyone. We stay on board with the McLaren. So side boys will be the active pacemaker. He'll be setting the pace. Look at that. McLaren's already deploying his ERS, and look at that, Side Boys has already gone. And the top 2 have already gone off, and they stay on board with the Mercedes, getting into the slipstream of the McLaren. He's gone really defensive, but are we going to see a lunge down the inside? Mercedes gone for it, and there's slight contact, but is Mercedes going to keep it, and that's going to give horse bends. And he is now up into the, and Jay Morris is going backwards. And is it the Mercedes going to try down the inside of the Alpine, and they're still side by side. So Jay Morris and the Alpine have pop off side by side, and no, Jay Morris keeps P5. But Horseben's up into P4 now, and he is going to be eyeing up the back end of that Tangerine McLaren. Connor 7/10, almost 8/10 behind the leader. He needs to stay behind as Taggart has made his way past Wadu for P15. As the Mercedes pulls out the dirty air for a moment to try and get a little bit of fresh air as they all feed it through to sector 2. The Mercedes went a little bit deep. Is that going to give Popoff the opportunity? As they all try and get slipstream off from each other. Let's go on board with the AlphaTauri as he goes down the inside of the Haas, and they're going to go side by side. There's a little bit of contact, and the AlphaTauri has lost out on that battle as Finn Heifer also goes through in the Red Bull, and also Philosopher as well. So, and look at that, the McLaren as well, Mac Attack. And Mac Attack has not quite made that move, and let's go on board with the Alfa Romeo. I'm going to cough. So, four laps left of this Grand Prix, and Papal already up into P11 from the start of that safety car. So already he is making some moves after hitting the wall under the safety car. And look at the Alpine right on the back end of the Alfa Romeo. Thought of a mood. Was that contact? I thought that was potential contact there. And let's go on board with the Mercedes of Jay Morris. Coming through turn 17. One corner left. And then we'll see DRS. And there he is. DRS activated, so it won't be down this long straight, I don't think. It is. Sorry, I apologise, but I think this will be job done. Mercedes power versus Mercedes power. And there it is, job done. He's up into the podium positions. They both do have penalties against their name. Look at that, the McLaren thinks of a move down the outside, round into turn 4. As Sideboys just gets a 3-second time penalty, but look at this, this fight is not over as they go up into turn 5. And we've got somebody out of the race, and that is Basehead. And that has brought out yet another safety car with only 3 laps left of this race. I don't know if we're going to get much action after that, but Basehead now out of this race. I don't know if we're going to see his car before it disappears. No, it's already disappeared. It was on the exit of this corner here. So we might just have one lap and then it's back in. Our drivers might have a chance to scrunch up a little bit. So Sideboy is currently sitting in P1. Obviously top 4. What about this? So with this safety car, Popoff could actually win this race. So Popoff currently down in P5, no penalties against his name. Yet top 4 have all got penalties. But what about that? Also, let's have a look at the changes of positions. So look at this, the Horsebends as well. He could quite easily get, well, the podium's definitely on for him as well. But I'd imagine the safety car will be in at the end of this lap for a 2-lap dash to the finish of this race, which has been absolutely brilliant. I mean, we've only had 3 DNFs, to be fair. And what's good about it, after doing this, I can go and sit down with a couple of bevs, and there we have it. We've been given notification that safety car will be in the end of this lap, and then I can go and watch the main Grand Prix. Oh no, that is massive. As Morris has left the session, I think he might have been lagged out. I wouldn't go, I would let that car wait. Popoff is going to be crucial here. Who is going to get the better start? Stay on board with Popoff, who is getting a fantastic slipstream from the McLaren in front of him. It is crucial that he makes the move past this car now. Is he going to go late into the brakes? He might do a switcheroo as they all now feed through. There's someone going really wide round turn 3, and that is the Alpine of Philosopher. Go back on board with the McLaren as the McLaren gets past the AI's car. And so, oh, hold on a minute. As Popoff is still behind the AI car, but I'd imagine he's going to go straight through it in a minute. And we've got a lot of cars. Oh no, that is Finheiver. Finheiver has spun in the Red Bull. But Popoff, crucially now, has cleared the Mercedes and can punch in some qualifying laps. These need to be 2 qualifying laps as they all start to feed through the AI car of Jay Morris. I haven't seen himself join the session yet. And now look at this, half a second behind the McLaren. He doesn't need to be held up here. And Connor, look at this, half a second behind the leader of the race as well. That will be helping out. And look at that, Cushy and Cushy was behind the Mercedes. I think this might be a move into the podium positions. Tried down the outside before, not quite worked out this time, but can he make it work around the inside? And look at that, a move down the inside round. He's not made it work this time round either. And we are now on the last lap of this race, as Popoff has got a 3-second time penalty now, but Horsebends, he could be right in there as well, as he's only 6/10 as Papal gets a 3-second time penalty to go on board with the leaders. This is all for bragging rights. They'll know exactly what penalties each driver have got. There'll be no DRS. This is all straight line speed. They'll be all using their ERS. Is he close enough? Is it going to be a lunge down? No, he's not quite close enough. And Popoff has made it past the McLaren as well, so he's up into P3. But that's all dependent on penalties. As we stay on board with Side Boys coming up into turn 17. He's going to come round the final corner and take the win here at Russia. But will he keep it? He does. Connor takes P2. Popoff takes P2. But then look at that. Horsebenz takes P2. And then Popoff drops down to P3. Taggart takes P4. And look at that. Golden Egg Fryer from P13 on the grid takes P5. Makatak P6. What a fantastic race here in Sochi. Couple of late safety car a couple of late safety cars bunched up the pack and made it a bit more of a, not exciting race, but certainly made it a bit different. But there we have it. RCRL. I can't even. It's been a long weekend. RCRL. Sochi, 50%. Well, it's a combination of tier 2 and tier 3. Side boys in the Williams takes the win. The fastest lap goes to the Red Bull of Connor. He will get the extra point as well. But the podium, but what a race by Horsebenz from 7th on the grid. Look at that Golden Egg Fryer from the back of the grid to P5 as well. Let's have a look at the finishing standings. As you can see, all the way down, and the 3 DNFs of Basehead, Fatal Nation, and also Turbo. Well, that will conclude here for this evening for the stream. I will be uploading this to my YouTube channel so they can download it and put it up onto their own social media as well. But anyone wishing to join the league, please get in contact with myself, or yeah, I'll quickly I'll put the link of the Discord. There's the link for the Discord. Please join. Lovely bunch of guys. You fancy racing? Yeah, just jump in the Discord and go from there. But I am going to shoot now because the race is going to be starting anytime soon, and yeah, I want to get ready for that. But take it easy, guys, and catch you again soon.